Is it working? I think it is. Espen, how are you? Alright, let's move this over here. Move that over there. Get the dice out of the way. Get the pen out of the way. Alright, so if I don't knock everything over, I still haven't pulled the trigger yet. Oh, Ryan, shame on you, my friend. Brian, how are you? The Queen, well, she had a little bit of a setback yesterday, but she's doing a lot better today. Well, she's hanging in there. How you feeling today?
Better than yesterday, but...
Better than yesterday, but...
Still wish somebody would wave their magic wand over me. And get me all better.
Wave their magic wand over you?
And get me all better, yeah.
You're not, now you
That'd be deeply appreciated.
now you definitely don't want me to reply to that, do you?
Oh my God, that's typical you. Typical you. No.
All right, so let's get down to basics here. Couple things. I wanted to get this done today. I was going to do it tomorrow, but I'm kind of getting prepped for a couple things. I'm going to be doing my very last thing for the Dice Tower on Thursday. Painting live with Rob. I'm going to be doing Z and Hilly, and that'll be a good finale to that. The other thing is I wanted to get this done, and I got a few things to do this week. We're planning on doing. Janice is really kind of dictating how things go, pretty much. Believe it or not, that little little munchkin, salt and pepper shaker. What we're planning on doing, we're looking at a couple different things. Swords and Sorcery comes out on Friday, so she's excited about that. Also, we are looking at doing Rivet Wars to prepare to do Dusk. I know that sounds kind of messed up, but can you mention that, Joe? The Dice Master. Well, hi, Robert. If it's okay, can you mention that Joe from Ironclad and I are running? No, I won't. Matter of fact, go promote someplace else. There we go. See you later, kid. But anyways, we're looking to do a whole bunch of different things. We're thinking of doing. I got distracted there for a minute. So let's see. Got my starter kit in front of me, ready to follow along. So let us get going here. Now, very simply, this is a fantastic kit. First of all, I mean, for what you pay, you are really running away with murder here. And what we're going to do is we're going to open up the box here. Oh, hold on, I'm behind the time unless I pull the thing up. I am... Okay, so there we go. Okay, I can see it now. What I need to do is come down to the table, so bear with me. So as you see, the cover of the box is beautiful, of course, blah, blah, blah. I mean, what do you expect?
No. Come.
As you can see, the professionalism is as perfect as can be. Let's just open this up. And we got to just turn that off, and we're good to go. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take out all these plastics. Now, you get a lot of things in here, so I'm going to break some of this down for you. And we're not going to do the real easy stuff. Now, the real easy stuff is all you're doing is taking these metal guys. Is this focused in enough? Hold on. Everything's got to be a tragedy around here. All right, is taking these metal guys. Let's see if we can get a little bit closer and just focus that in a little bit better. Yes, the dogs are here. Life would not be the same unless the dogs are here. And there we go. There we go. Down a little bit so we can see my hands. Make sure that focuses. Okay. That's what I need to do. And we should be able to do this. All right, there we go. Because you don't want to look at my ugly mug. That's for sure. All right, so we got that thing out of the way. Comes with a couple of things that shows you how to do it, but I just want to go over a few things so you know, for you first time people doing models, how this is pretty much a very simple basic set. This is a set that I really think that anybody can do. So we're going to do one of each. Now the one thing that I'm not going to show you, and of course I just poured out all the guys. These guys come all stapled together. And all it is just putting the guys on the long bases and gluing them in there. Now what you want to have is just some super glue. You want to have a pair of good clippers with you. Hey Joe, how are you? We were just talking about you. Some guy came on here, was promoting something, which he got eliminated. I don't know if he was somebody that you knew or not. But we're not going to go over putting this on because all it is just taking some of this lock. And I really suggest you get this Loctite super glue. It's a gel, so it doesn't run all over the place. And you're going to see what I'm talking about in a few minutes here when we go to do this. Just make sure there's nothing on the bottom. And what, you know, I usually like to take my clipper and get any kind of extra kind of metal sprues off, which these are very clean, believe it or not. And then what do we got here? Okay. I'm just going to take these out real quick just to give you guys. Yeah, the dogs are here. I mean, look at the tokens that you get. You get beautiful tokens and so forth and so on. And what's really neat, and what didn't come in the Alien Dungeonware, which I'm just totally jealous about, is these decals. Because I'm telling you right now, decals are cool. Next week, when we paint these guys, and we're going to paint these guys next Monday. So, you know, after I show you how to put the initial sets together, you're going to want to do that. And all you're doing is you're just taking these guys and you're just putting them on here like that. Put a little glue, leave a little space, and you make yourself a pretty good platoon across the board. So that's easy. What I want to show you is how to put these bad boys together, because they can be a little intimidating to some degree. But after putting a million of them together, because I virtually have a entire force, these are for the machine gunners, so you just need to know that. And these are the bikes. So square for the bikes, round for the machine gunners. So you get 3 machine gunners. And well, while we're here, why don't we take a look at the machine gunners? As you can see, another perfect model where you're going to plop that on there with their support. Did those dogs just hit that door? Tammy, have Justin take those dogs out. Thank you. Every time I sit down to tape something, they hit the door and they want to go outside. They don't go outside for hours, but the minute they hear me talking, they're like, you're not paying attention to us. So forth and so on. This is a great... Joe, I'm doing a great job pumping up your product with dogs and everything else that's going on, right? Boy, you picked the wrong guy, right? So... your machine gunners go here, and your bike units go on the square bases, just so you guys know. So that, I want to clarify that in case you guys don't see it or figure it out in the manual, which is a great manual, but try to get the hardcover book if you can. It just leaves you more things to open up. So next week we're going to put a couple things together today. Next week we're going to paint it, and then that Sunday we're doing an all-out war battle and I'm going to add a bunch of stuff and show you some of the scenery that I've been working on behind the scenes because I didn't want to reveal it all. Then the following week after that, after we do that, I'm going to show you how to make that very scenery if you guys enjoy what we did. So there you go. So it is basically, March is basically Martian month here at the Oren household. So the way I like to do this is, let me make sure I got my parts correct. Now you get 3 tripods, so we're only going to put one together. And they put this sprue, you get 3 of them all in one bag, which is very nice because you're not looking around. I think that you are right, guys. Don't forget to take off the brown paper of those clear bases. Yeah, sorry about that. I kind of figured that you would figure that out right off the bat. All right? Boy, I'm off to a good start. And then the big round base here. So let's move this out of the way. And let's just take a look here. Okay. Now what I like to do is I like to take and get my base off first. What I usually do is I'll take and let me see if I can see what I'm doing. Okay. So I'll put my base off to the side. Then I just start clipping out parts because I always like to have the parts cleared off. Now you gotta be careful. The only thing that's really kind of sensitive is these tentacles. Okay, you really gotta be careful because you can easily snap them. So make sure you have yourself a good pair of cutting pliers, and it's just gonna make your life a heck of a lot easy. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna snip that nice and easy, and see, that's all it took. So now we just want to put this guy aside. So I'm going to put this guy aside, and I'm going to cut the other side off. But we're going to come back to those when we start assembling everything. And like I said, I usually like to kind of figure everything that I want to do. Now I cut this very, very closely. Some of you may want to, take a file to it, but usually I'm really good with these. And my paint jobs are so bad that it covers up any imperfections. So there you go. So if I get a little bit extra, I always put it off and take it to the side. These here is the caps that you're going to need, and they're going to be kind of important. So we're going to talk about those very shortly. Boy, I'm cutting like a fool today. I'm in the zone. Okay, so I put these on top of the base. I always do it that way. Oh, let's get the glue out of there. We're not here to advertise for Loctite, right? David Jones, you got a lot to say. Let's see what he's saying. I'm sorry, guys. I started talking and I'm not reading. Between Blood Bowl and Warhammer Quest, I've got my hands full right now. Listen, I got that too, and I'm still able to do this. My only wish is that they had depictions of the other type of tanks you can make. In the player's manual, it shows and talks about all the variants. Yeah, the paper on the base. Okay. I like how you put. Yeah. Okay. That's cool. Okay. You are talking amongst yourselves, so you do not need me. This little piece here we want to keep off to the side. And I try to get all these pieces out first. I always like doing that. And you can pose the legs, but I always like to keep them kind of standard, where I get the most balance out of them. I tried a couple poses with them, and it's okay, but I'm always afraid that I'm going to snap the legs or something like that. So we're going to take that out. And as you see, right here, we have a couple pieces there. And we are going to snip that. I got the senses that the dogs were being fresh. Gabby was? Oh boy. Yeah, they're all tackling each other, Alright. And as you can see, we're just taking this whole sprue apart. And we're just keeping all the leg parts with the leg parts. Nice and easy, see? Then we just get rid of this. We don't need that no more. Now, for this guy, let's see. What do I want to do? Oh, what do I need? I think I'm going to go with a Canon, to be honest with you. So, maybe. Gotta think about it. I'm going to think about it. But I'm going to cut all the pieces out anyways. You can go with the gas goblets, which is pretty cool. And just give them double arms and put one of these balls into their hands, which is kind of cool. Hold on, Michael. I am on that step right now. I have 2 done. Look at you. Looks like the prime on the sprue might work well here. No, I don't. Maybe even base coat on the sprue. No, you can do that if you want to. I don't frown upon it. But sometimes
She just came up to the door.
I like putting them all together and then spraying them that way. I get a nice even coat. I know what I'm doing. I've done so many of these. And you just want to get enough black on these guys that you can really dry brush that lead belcher in there. And from there, you're going to find that the lead belcher will go well with a rune fang steel, or a very, something that you can really get on the edges to really jump out the metallics on these guys. But we will cover that next week. That's next week, painting these bad boys. Okay. Let's see. Well, let's take this arm off in case we want to just do one of those gas goblet guys, because they're pretty nasty too. Matter of fact, any alien is nasty in this whole thing. And we'll just cut these pieces off. Sometimes I use these pieces for debris, especially in a scenario where the humans are winning, which is not very often. And you can see we're just getting it all taken off, and sometimes that is the best thing that you can do, because holy criminy, what is it with you two fools that the minute I get online, don't drink all day, all of a sudden you guys gotta have, it's like, no, she's fine. It's just an ongoing joke around here. Alright, some gas goblets. Uh-oh. Mommy's not too happy with them. Okay, so now we got both sprues done. And you saw how quick we did that. What are we at? 19 minutes? Nice. When I put my Martians together, I found that the heads didn't quite fit neat. Ends up using some green stuff to fill the gaps. Looks good primed. Just wondering if anyone had any tips. Well, I usually try to fit everything together first. So the first thing, let's take a look and see what you're talking about. Alright, that seems to go in there pretty good. So I don't have any problems here. And then just laying this over it. It fits over pretty well. Well, I'm pretty happy with what I see here. Boom. Oops. Here, let me move this up. I'm sorry, guys. Sound effects. You see that goes together pretty quickly. But we're not going to... Now it won't come out. And you just look around and see if there's any rough edges or anything that can slow you up a little bit. I got a little bit of flash in here. Nothing major. Perfect. Okay. So we got our head unit there. The toughest part about this is getting the leg structure together. And I think that's where a lot of people get some confusion here. So, as you can see, you have your front legs here. And your legs go in as such. Oh, what the heck was that? Let me just make sure I got this. That comes in there. Okay, so that little joint. Oh, I think I did that wrong. Hold on. There we go. Little leg joint goes right on the outside here. So you want your thing here, your leg joint here. You want to leave your two area for your two arms. That'll come up here. So you would do this. And you want to be careful, again, like I stated. You want really want to be careful because of these. They're very, very touchy, but they're very, very cool. My son is obsessed with tripods and War of the Worlds. Getting it was a no-brainer. Nice. I'm glad to hear that. Hopefully that I pointed you guys in the right direction. Okay. Then, with the bigger two units, you just would slide here. Okay, as you can see, we have one there. And then one back here. Whoops. Alright. And pretty much, you've almost got your tripod kind of situated there. Now, what I like to do is I like to pull it all out now that I know the game plan of it all. And this is where we apply some of this really great stuff. I like to apply it onto the inside of the gap. And you can see the best thing about this stuff is it just goes on so easy. I could just squeeze a little in there and that'll be good for that and there. Alright, so remember, you only get one shot at it, so make sure you do it right. Up. Up. And it dries so quickly, it's ridiculous. There. And then there. Okay, and once we get that in, we can actually, if we wanted to, take our piece here. Oh, what are you complaining about, puppers? And just make sure that fits over there. And that's all I'm doing there. I make sure it fits. Okay, I got a good solid feel on it. And then all I'm going to do is just very lightly, with my nice sharp edge that I have, just go around. Nice and easy. You don't need a lot. All it's got to do is just stick, right? And then, whoops. And there we go. We're just going to hold that for a few seconds and make sure that we got it. And look, we're doing pretty good so far. So let me see. Let me take a look at the chat. Given that there is a general metallic look, I undercoat areas I want to shadow or emphasize, then paint silver over everything. Well, we're going to go over that next week, and I'd like to see what you guys think. Yeah, when I was building the green gas Martian, I screwed up. Yeah, you gotta make sure that you plan everything out, and that's the most important thing. Hi, Rob. Great to see you live. Thank you, sir. Hi, Sean. I've missed the last few live sessions. Well, don't worry. You didn't miss anything here yet. And that's cool. So the next thing that we want to do is, now that we can put this down, we can let that dry for a little bit, because we are going to be playing around and getting this foot together. Oh, this leg. And this is where it gets a little hairy, but it gives you the option to really kind of decide what you want to do as far as... Now, the way I do it is I glue it. I'll glue this together, and then while it's wet, I'll just put it in here and then close it like that. And that way I have what I want. So that's exactly what we're going to do here. But you got to remember, got to be careful, because we do have these things right here that we do not want to break off. And after this, I hope you guys take a look at a video I just uploaded from Pierre. He sent us another really cool video. Now, if you look here, you don't want to use a ton of glue. You just want to make sure that you get the joints here. And that's all I want to do right now. So, because too much glue is usually just a waste. So we get that on over there, and you try not to get it on yourself. But we all know that we're going to get some glue on ourselves no matter what we do. Now, while that's kind of wet, I want to very quickly just throw a little dabble here, a little bead there, and then I just pop that on. Boop. There we go. And that's all it took. Okay. So now we put that back down. There we go. Seems pretty simple, right? Pretty simple and straightforward. So now while that's drying, what we're going to do is, I think we're going to make some decisions on what we want to do with this guy. Because right here, this will go over the top there. Just trying to remember. Make sure I do it right so I don't look foolish. Well, let's get this headpiece together. I think that's what's important here. What I like to do is just throw a little dab of glue right here while those legs are drying. A little dab there. And just a little across the back. A little across the front here. And then we're just going to squeeze this bad boy together. Does it look like I built a few of these? And I squeeze it until it pops. There we go. That's exactly what we wanted. Now, I see what David's saying, that there's a little bit of a gap here and there. But you know something? He's right. You can throw a little green stuff in there, or believe it or not, because the way this is particularly, you're really not going to notice it. Okay, and I'm going to show you in a minute when we get this guy together. Billy Marks. Putting together some Frostgrave Undead Encounters as I watch. First time putting minis together. That's cool, Billy. I'm glad to hear that. I was supposed to get a whole bunch of Frostgrave stuff. It just never happened. But, we're hoping that maybe that'll change, and if it does, hey, you know, we'll make a decision on what we're going to do with Frostgrave. Is that Loctite glue? Yes. So has anyone won as the humans? As a matter of fact, Justin.
No.
Oh boy, they must see something out there, Tam. Oh, sorry for the disruption. Oh, somebody jogging by. Alright, so the next thing that we want to do, and I always like to do this, is I like to slide this in like that. Okay? So the way... Oh, I got it in too good. She is. So I'm just going to take some of the Loctite glue, Sean. And Sean. And I'm just going to barely come on the inside here where that little gap where it snaps in. The most important is getting that gap right there. So now all we do is we take and we try to snap her in there. It's a little backwards way of doing it, but I always find that it works the best by doing it that way. There we go. And it gives a nice solid, there we go. That's what we're looking for. Once it hits, it's in there really, really good. Nice solid fit all the way through. There we go. Very nice. Matter of fact, you're right, MGK. We're going to be doing one for Warhammer Quest, I believe, this week at some point. So I wanted to do this one first because I owed it to Joe. And I just, with everything, this was supposed to be done probably about a month ago, and I feel horrible about it, of course. But, you know, Joe's been so gracious and good to us. All right, so there we go. So we're going to put that guy down there. We're doing pretty good so far. So what do we want to do? What looks cool? Well, we want to get one of these heat lasers in there. See, so That kind of sells them pretty good. I kind of like that. And if I had to, maybe I'd. I'm thinking about it, but I'm not thinking about it that hard. I would do this. No. I wonder if I would do it that way. Or I could just make an assault head. I don't have any assault heads. I think it'd be pretty cool just to have an assault head. Because I actually don't have any of these. I've got them made like 15 different ways. Yeah, I think that'd be kind of cool to go with the assault head. I like that. Alright, that's what we're going to go with. Go with something a little different. I love the little turbines here. We're gonna really talk about what to do with some of these things. We're gonna have some fun with this. Maybe put a human body in here. That's kind of cool too. Okay. Let me see. The humans have the order, stealth, and the dreaded machine gun. Yeah, the machine gun does. They do indeed win. This is a game that is very thematic. I think you said gel control is the best for plastic. Yeah, I really enjoy using it. Another version for metal? No, I use the same thing for both. Joseph, perhaps after taking out a tripod, I have difficulty pivoting to get other two. Robert, take it easy. Alright, so anyways, like I was saying, pretty much, as you can see, we are gonna go with this because I just don't have any assault heads. I have so many black dust launchers and green gas guys that it'd be nice to have like a little assault team. And I think that's what I'm gonna do with these guys. So we're gonna put a little bit of glue here, just a little bit of that gel. Very nice. And we're gonna get that laser. Even an assault head, trust me, is nasty because of its ability to just be brutal with these lasers. They do damage. Then what we do is we would go here, and then I just want to make sure that I'm doing this right. Yes, I am. Boom, boom, boom. So you're always trying and fitting things and making sure things are fine. So we're going to put this over to the side here. We're going to let that dry for a little bit. There we go. And then all we do is just take a little bit of bead of glue here. That's all. You don't need a lot. It'll stick together, that's for sure. Push that in there. These are some of the best models as far as putting together. They just really work. Really work and go together so easily. There's just such a natural ease about it. Now, the next thing I usually like to do is I will pick out my holes here. And there we go. So what I'm going to do is I am going to put a little glue on the bottom here. And I like to try to get this kind of set before I start finishing it up. I'll also show you how to finish these bases too. There we go. And then we're going to just put a bead here. There we go. And we're just going to take this and just squeeze that together like so. Boy, I'm making this look easy, folks. Alright, next thing is we've got to figure out the position that we kind of want. Do we want to just have this leg kind of stick in here like so, or do we want to have kind of a little bit of a pose? Well, let's go with a little bit of a pose. So what we're going to do is we're going to take and we're just going to put a little drop here. And we're just going to kind of give that a little, or maybe do a little bit of this. Kind of like that. And I just put another little drop there. And stick that in there. And there you go. That's a quick tripod. And I think pretty awesome. Now you get all these extra bits. There's all kinds of cool things that you can do with this stuff. And oh, trust me, I do. So I always put these off to the side. So, how easy was that? Not too intimidating, right? Something really easy that you can do, something very simple, and just goes together very, very well. And it's a beautiful model on top of it. You're really not going to get much of a better model than what you see right here. And when we paint this next week, it's really going to be a lot of fun. So I'm going to give you guys some suggestions next week. If you're following along at home, be sure to prime this completely black. So let's put this guy aside. All right. Now let's move on to the cool stuff. First of all, let's get one thing straight. You always want to make Baldwin tanks because all the other tanks are lame. That's what I say. Now tanks are pretty easy. Yeah, it's only one thing. Oops. Okay, yeah, because there's 3 in here. Okay, there we go. So, again, we do the whole same process again. And I'm going pretty slow here, but you can really whip this kit out in probably about an hour as far as just getting it all together. And that's half the battle. It's just getting it together. Painting it is just a lot of fun. We're going to have a lot of fun as I show you how to do that next week. We're going to paint the whole set live here on everybody's favorite channel. Home of the Janice and the Queen of all the universe, of the known universe actually. She might even be the queen of some of the universe that's not known. Yeah. Boy, am I sucking up. Alright, we're going to take this apart here. And the best thing about it is that once you learn how to put this tank together, pretty much the rest of the tanks go together the same way. Except maybe the Mar 4, which is just a monster. And let me tell you, I love that tank. Thank you, Joe. Can never say thank you enough to that guy. My wife even thanks you for all the wonderful models that are just on the table at one time, right? And she goes, oh my God, what are you up to now? Alright, now we're going to take these side turrets, which are important. We want to get those off. There we go. And let me make sure I'm not missing anything here. Okay, I'm not. Pop all these off. And making sure that we're just cutting them good and close. Queen of the Multiverse. Yeah, there you go. Don't forget National Treasure. That's right. See, they know, Tam. Because I beat it into their heads. What? Wow. Last time I bring you a lobster.
Ooh, I haven't gotten one in a long time. So.
Oh, how long was a long time?
3 weeks.
3 weeks. Okay.
And before then, how long was that?
Oh, probably about 10 years.
Exactly. You got lots of making up to do.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do, sugar. The national treasure got a lot to do. Let's not forget global icon.
That's you.
Huh?
You say it's global.
Hey, I reach people in Australia, the Dutch, the mighty Dutch, wonderful German people, the UK, France, Brazil, Colombia. I get letters from all over the world, and I tell you, it's very flattering, and it is moving. And we were looking at some of the wonderful letters and some of the wonderful pictures from some people today, and boy, are we blessed to do what we do. I get to do this for you guys. All right, these turrets were just taken out. I'm sorry, I got into a conversation with her, and I'm not explaining what I'm doing. So I'll sort it all out once I get it all cut out. I like to cut it all out and go through it and just make sure there's no imperfections or anything. Some people like to look at it on the thing. Me, I'm one of those guys that just does it the complete opposite. The complete opposite. And we're going to show you how quickly and how much fun it is to build one of these tanks. Alright, I think that's everything for the tank that we are looking to build. There, yes, that's true, because we want to make sure that we have 3 turrets. Alright. There. Okay, let me just take a look and see what's going on. Is there enough in the box of this to play a 2-player game? Oh, Nigel, yes. There's more than enough. Those are my words, good sir. I love your channel. You've been inspiring me to get off my butt and paint again. Thank you, Joe. I've been looking for a skirmish game in a box type thing. Nigel, this is normally a $100 box. If you go to his site right now, you can get it for $60, which is a complete steal. I think I broke down the box. If you check out a little earlier in the broadcast when this is over, you can go over and make a final decision. We don't pressure you to do anything, but you get a lot here. These 3 guys, you get 3 of these guys. 3 of these big, hold on. See, already he's taking the tanks out. But these guys are just nasty. Nasty, nasty, nasty. And it plays and it gives you that feel like the movie. And you know the humans have a chance. They can be wiped out, or they really have, if they're played well, they are a nuisance, and they start taking those guys down. And boy, once you take down a Martian, it's like the best feeling in the whole world. Anything that needs to be painted before gluing for the tanks? Nah, not at all. Not at all. Not the way I'm going to show you. I think you guys will enjoy it. I hope. Everybody has their own little gimmick, but I just have a way of doing this, and I think you guys will really enjoy what we do and how quickly we can get this done. All right, just make sure that goes together. So now, here's the main body. So what we want to do is, of course, we want to glue the body to the thing. So we want to take a nice even bead. Can you guys see that? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just checking the camera and make sure that we got good position. And there we go. And we're going to come down here. And there we go. Go to Miniature Market. And you guys can get this. I believe they sell it there too. They actually have a link there that leads to Quiet on the Martian Front. So definitely go there and check out probably what I consider one of the most fun games that I've played in quite some time. And we play it quite a bit, believe it or not. Janice is going to give it a go, and that's what I think is going to be fun, because you guys know Janice is my little guinea pig. Poor girl. But what we like to do with her is put her in the situation to play a game that she's never played. Pierre, how are you? Sean thought death guns vaporized stuff. This is the Lego version of the movie. Yeah, there we go. Oh God. No, this is just Pierre. If anything, I suggest this highly. Highly. But getting back to what I was trying to say is that this really plays very well, and the thing I like to do with Janice is show how easy it is to learn a game. So what I like to do is put her in a position in a game that she's never played, like when we did with X-Wing, and she ended up winning. She had a blast playing that. And that's what we like to do. We like to put her in a nice position where she has the chance to win. All right, so let's get that like that. I just want to make sure that these go on well, which they do. Very good. And just make sure those treads are all right. There we go. All right, great. So now that we have the body together, this whole thing just comes together by taking these two treads and putting them on. Very, very simple process. Not a lot of glue needed. Again, all we want to do is just hit a little spot here, little spot there, on the end here, and on the end here. You don't have to go all the way around crazily. Just know where your stress joints are and apply and press, and you'll hear it snap in there good, and you'll feel good about yourself. And there, boom, just like that, we're on our way with these tanks. Same thing on this side, just a little bit of glue. And if I'm out of range, I'm sorry. I'm trying to do this and look at the chat, and if I'm not answering the chat, I apologize also. Really just trying to get a good focus here. There we go. I am well. Hello to you, Rob, and all of you. I have been looking forward to this video. It motivates me to crack open my box. Get going. You need to make a video on this so I can put it up. And if everybody gets a chance afterwards, and once we're done here, check out Pierre's video on the slugs of Jaroon for a game that we're going to be venturing back to very soon. Shadows of Brimstone. All right, so this is in here really nice and tight, good balance, everything that you could possibly want. Next thing we want to do is, of course, we want to put on our piece here, but before we do that, we want to make sure that it goes in right. So, feels pretty good in there. And of course, we're going to put our back in there. See how that goes in there? Just very simply, bink, bink, bink. And away you go. So, we're just going to take, and again, very, very little, because we just don't want it coming out the sides and leaving a glue mark. Yeah, I mean, you're going to get them, hey. That's life. But the less glue you use, and the more you get those pressure joints exactly where you want them, guess what? The better it goes together, and it'll stay together, because once the glue melts the plastic into itself, bingo, you're there. All right, then we're going to do the same thing here. We're just going to hit these high spots here, because that's where that's going to snap in there real good, and we want to make sure it's in there. And we're just going to get the corners a little bit. Each corner. Not a ton of glue. You don't need it. Just pop it in there and watch how easy. You hear that snap in there? There we go. It wants to jump out a little bit, but that's okay. We've got that nailed down there. Excellent. Now, let's talk about these turrets. Look at this. You just start figuring out where you want them to go, how you want them to sit. And you can have, geez, you can have as much as you want in here, believe it or not. But let's get back to it here. One of the things that we want to do is we want to make sure that when we put these facing front, so that if you notice there's a little ball here, so it really makes it easy for you to figure it out. So what you do is you'll see that there's a little cutout here that fits into here, and that little ball gap goes there. There you go. That tells you that you got it in the right position. So we like to put a little bit of glue here and just a little around the edges out here. Just enough. Enough of that gel glue. Make a nice, good seal. Look at this. And boom. There we go. That's part one. And we're going to come over on the other side and we're going to do the same thing on here, because we do everything twice, folks. Everything twice. And we are just going to pop that bad boy in there. And boom. And look, we're almost there. We're almost done with our tank. Let's take a look here. Very, very nice. That's what we're looking for. Good continuity, just really, really good continuity. Now, let's see. We are going to put let me make sure I got it. Okay. There it is. So we're just going to put a little glue here. And just a tad here. And we're going to have our hatch cover for this area here. And we're just going to slide that in there. There's a little notch here that kind of directs you and shows you which it goes on. And you just kind of turn it with your finger. And voila. That goes in there like so. Excellent. Then you have a short little gun here in the front, which is basically a machine gun turret. And we're just going to take that one, but I got a little edge here, so I just want to scrape that off. Save us a little time later. There we go. And I'm just going to add a little glue here, just a little bit. Just a little touch here. Just enough. And we're going to slide that in there like so. And there we go. All right. Let me read a couple things. Let's let that dry for a second. The heat ray burned to ashes and the green pulse ray disintegrated. Guess they didn't want to leave a mess. Well, you know, hey. What about terrain map? Do we have to make something in particular? No. You can just throw down a green tablecloth and go at it. And that's all you have to do. Models are so much easier put together with CA glue than that old super glue that stunk and got everywhere. Very true. I'm going to show you how to make some simple terrain, and it'll be fun and it'll add to your experience. Trust me. And we'll show you how to make some red mist. That's also a lot of fun. I think you guys will enjoy that too. I think I don't know if you guys have checked, but if you go back, you'll see that Justin and I really went at it one time. Well, actually a few times, to be honest with you. All right, so the next thing that we want to do is we kind of want to finish off these side turrets. And what happens is it has another piece that goes over here. So what we want to do is just glue that in and make sure that that fit in before we put any glue there. So we're going to put a little glue in each little hole here. And guess who's here? It's the mouthy midget herself. So that's slid in there, and then on the other side we are going to do exactly the same thing. We are going to put a little glue here. Oh my god, she's so damn loud. How can anybody that small be that loud? She's complaining before she even puts down her bag. Gotta love her. Alright, so the next thing I want to do is I want to just take a little bit off that edge there. Very nice. Perfect. Next thing that we're going to do is we're going to put a little end cap here. So we got this all nice and even. We're going to put just a little bit of glue here. And then we're going to put this hatch on. I don't know what to do with that girl anymore. And you'll see where there's little notches that match up and line up. And it goes in there perfect. Aaron says that tank looks like a lot of fun just to build. Seems high quality model. It is very high quality. Great model. And I really think that you guys will enjoy this. So there we go. We got that so far done. So let's just spin the old girl around. And depending on what you want to make this, if you want to make this the command tank, you could put the higher one in, or you could put a smaller one in. And just that way you can tell the difference between which one's the command tank of that particular group. So what we're going to do is we're going to make this just a regular tank. And we're just going to add this little piece here, the steam engine. Perfect. Look at that. We are on our A game right now, folks. Let's see. Now, next thing that we're going to want to do is we're going to want to put in the rest of our turrets. So I like to make sure that we have them. So this big, fat, short one, I like to make sure that this one goes in here. And then we have the two on the other side there. So we are going to just put a little glue there. Now I'm going to show you how to paint all these and really make them stand out. It's going to be a real lot of fun. Just a very enjoyable experience. I love painting this stuff. It's probably one of my... I can do millions of these things. And I'd be a happy man. If I had to paint these the rest of my life, I'd be happy. Now I like to take the guns and point them out just a little bit. Just to let you know that if you want to cross anywhere in this area, you're going to get popped. Alright. And just like that, as simple as can be, and as enjoyable as can be, we were able to throw together the tank. So as you can see, this is a very, very simple process. And we have some extra pieces which are very, very easy to use with some other things that we have planned, which I think that you guys will enjoy. So there's your tank and your big guy. Now this is not a fair fight right here. Well, unless they got the fire first, of course. Lovely model, lovely. I love the battles you and Justin had with this, and can't wait for Janice, the whirling dervish, to take you on. Yeah, we got some things to kind of even it up for. I enjoy building Gundam kits normally, so the tripods are very appealing to me. In this game, I love giant robot machines. Oh, thank you. And we have Joe to thank for this. Are you and the Jarl going to have a rematch? Well, actually, it's a rubber match. But I think I'm going to do one with Janice first, and then me and the Jarl have something planned once he gets free. And I think you'll enjoy what we're going to do with this. But I've got a couple more things to make for it. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this. I hope this was really easy for you guys. Are there any variant tanks worth building? No. I say, and this is just my suggestion, that you try to create as much power as you can. And that's what I suggest. You bring these guys and you bring them with the 3 turrets, because you need the shots on these guys. And you need to you want them to be looking towards the machine guns, but if they put too much emphasis on the machine guns or trying to find the hidden models, then these guys are going to get their shots and start bringing that armor down. Once they start bringing that armor down, then the machine guns come in and start putting some criticals on them. And if you can get some criticals on them, guess what? Sometimes you can get lucky enough where it'll blow and spit in a spot. Take a look at our videos and see how the way the battle sways. It looks like it's going to be a pushover for one side, and then all of a sudden it kind of just works its way. It's just very, very balanced in the weird way that it could be balanced. That's the best way I can put it. So there you have it. I showed you guys how to put these together. Next week, we're going to go into how to paint these guys. And I think that's going to be a lot of fun, and we're really going to enjoy what we do. So I just want to tell you guys, I had a fantastic time doing this for you. I hope you enjoyed it. And be sure to check out Pierre's video after this. It should be up by the time we're done. I get off air here. It should be uploaded. He's doing some Shadows of Brimstone stuff. And who knows, you might see him do some of this in the future too. Here on our little channel. So be sure to check at the end of the week for the finale of Painting with Rob on the Dice Tower, where we are going to be doing Hilly and Z. We're going to be doing it for our buddy Pete, who's been very good to us. And we're going to be doing another one of these put together videos where we are going to be putting together Warhammer Quest. So get ready for that. That's going to be a little bit heavier than the other one. So until next time, I'm Rob Orn. Guys, thanks so much for all your support. Thank you for everything that you do, and we'll see you soon.